Hi everyone and welcome to Protocol 36. Today we have a bit of a different video, but a special one, discussing about the theme of Spider-Man No Way Home and what it could be. Before we get started, if at any point you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you could drop a like, as that would really help out the channel. Thank you. Spider-Man No Way Home is about to come out in just 2 weeks, and the hype for this film is bigger than anyone has ever imagined. Some saying the hype for this movie is even bigger than Avengers Endgame, which is incredible to say the least. I mean, the pre-sales alone says it all, and since we know the film will be about the multiverse, like the villains from the Sam Raimi and the Amazing Spider-Man films, and of course Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire showing up. But what lesson will they provide Tom Holland's Spider-Man that will change him forever? Homecoming taught him that the common folk needed a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man down on the ground and not an Avenger yet. And Far From Home taught him to step up when the world needs him the most. As one of the greatest heroes of all time, we know that No Way Home will be a much darker story compared to the previous two, and that Peter will indeed graduate high school, going into university, hopefully Empire State like he did in the comics. But in the trailer, and even some people working on the film pretty much implied that Peter's life as Spider-Man will force him to make sacrifices, and he won't be able to get what he wants. With Norman saying to Peter in the trailer that he's trying to get what he wants, but the world always tries to make him choose. And Doctor Strange mentioning how his double life as Peter Parker and Spider-Man is a huge problem, which we will be talking more about later in the video. Furthermore, with Norman, he gave Tobey's Peter Parker a choice to save Mary Jane or the little children in the first film. Even though he was able to save both, his encounter with the Green Goblin did force him to not be with Mary Jane, because he didn't want to risk her life again, just because she was close to him. In No Way Home, I believe when Norman kills someone close to MCU Peter, whoever that may be, like Aunt May or Happy Hogan, it will force Peter to not be able to share his life as Spider-Man with anyone else again. And that later Doctor Strange will try the spell again, but this time it will be successful, with both Ned and MJ forgetting everything they've ever been through, making Peter feel alone in the end. That might be something Tobey and Andrew will talk about 2 times Peter, that as Spider-Man you can't always get what you want, whether that be being there for your friends, which Tom Holland's Spider-Man has struggled doing in Homecoming and Far From Home, but also sometimes that you can't always save everyone, but you can improve and learn to be better. By the end, Tom's Peter Parker will need to become a stronger and wiser Spider-Man, continuing to do the right thing even if he can't save everyone, but always try and improve, because at the end of the day, with great power comes great responsibility, sometimes requiring sacrifice, which is something Amy Pascal also mentioned, that will be about family, love, honor, and sacrifice. And that's Spider-Man. He may give up, he may get beaten down, he may even lose, but he always gets back up and does the right thing, because he has to. Even if it's hard and you have to make sacrifices, the right choice is always the option one should choose, because that's the responsibility we were all given, and one Spider-Man tries to embody. It doesn't mean that we can't be happy or be miserable all the time, but that when you're given the choice or have the power to do good, it's your responsibility to do it. And even though Tom's Spider-Man has already learned the famous motto, he will have to learn to keep those morals, even if bad things are always happening to him, like being the reason Liz moved, dying to know that he lost in Infinity War, Tony Stark's death, mysterious betrayal, and his secret identity being revealed to the public. It's something Tobey and Andrew learned in their films, where Tobey had to accept that the city needed him even if his life as Spider-Man was becoming too much, also that we have a choice and that we can always choose to do what's right, and Andrew had to eventually try and honor Gwen's wishes, to become the hope everyone needs in this universe, to keep being Spider-Man even if she's gone. Luckily for this video, I have my good friend Yassin from Superhero Motivations to help me out with this video. Take it away, bro.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. What's up everyone? I hope you're all doing well. So I personally think that No Way Home will be about Peter needing to accept that the easy life is no more an option for him. I think the word home will have a meaning in this movie. His home is his comfortable life as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. But after Mysterio, none of that home is attainable anymore, which is why it's theoretically called No Way Home. The multiverse being cast is a really nice representation of that idea, because a multiversal mess, villains entering universes and all the crazy stuff happening in this movie is what happens when Peter tries to have it both ways. That's why I like the line of Doctor Strange so much, where he says the problem is Peter trying to live 2 different lives. On the other side though, this is where Tobey and Andrew play a nice thematic role in the movie. Tom's Peter is all alone in doing the hard thing and no one can comfort him with it. His friends understand and help, but they will never understand how it feels like, as there's only one Spider-Man. But other Spider-Man understand. They understand every bit of doubt, hardship, every desire of wanting an easy life. Every glance of looking at a stable person and think, wow, I wish I had that. They all understand how hard it is to be Spider-Man and to desire a comfortable life. But what's more important is that they also understand that being Spider-Man is the priority. that no matter how hard it is, doing the right thing is what makes Peter Spider-Man. So I think they will comfort Tom's Peter and teach him that all the hard stuff happening right now, it's all part of being Spider-Man. They will make sure Tom's Peter sees Spider-Man and all the struggles as his home. And if you look at the concept of Spider-Man's inspiration and philosophy, this ties so nice as well. The idea of Spider-Man is that he has comforted millions of people on the planet and taught us that doing the hard thing is worth it. He gives a reassuring hand on your shoulder when you have it tough and tells you that even if it feels so hard right now, it's still the right thing to do. You have responsibilities left to right. You finish school, you have to do something else. Then you also need to go to work and you also need to be there for your family and friends. At the end of the day, you're just like, what the hell is going on? But then you look at a picture of Spider-Man or you think of it and you think, you know what? Maybe I am doing the right thing. Maybe all of this is worth it. That is what Spider-Man is. And now Spider-Man will get that reassuring hand on his shoulder from other Spider-Man. I'm not sure if this will be the theme, but this movie really has the chance to solidify the idea of Spider-Man.
And thank you for helping Yassin. I recommend to check his videos out as they're absolutely fantastic and truly inspiring. Link will be in the description down below. However, what about you guys? What do you think the theme of Spider-Man No Way Home will be? Do you agree with us or not? Let us know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like and one more subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.